The onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, Eddie! Alert! 53, Mike, 53! Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag! Watch the flag, motion, pop! Watch the safety creep! Go!
Allen now on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback, and that philosophy works for them very well.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run! Check 3! Switch! 6-3, 218, jump!
On first down, it's Stevens, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
They're running it. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. McKinley completes it to Aguilar. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They run with Breida. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Looking to throw. McKinley, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
That's our own 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
At the 23-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. This is Breida. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Check it back, check it back.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Big stop, let's go. 57. Mike. Hey, Delta.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Banks. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. 56, 56. I'm playing the wrong football. Watch this.
On play action, Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They'll run on first down. Stevens trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
And not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
49. Go out. Give me that ball, defense.
Back to throw. McKinley. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Tighten it up.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Reed. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Check 4. Hey, watch it. Switch back.
Looking to throw on second down. McKinley. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, Stevens. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
Ready? From the gun. McKinley, and he comes back with one complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here we go on 4th down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
57. Rush. Check 43. Check 26. Regular.
They'll run on first down. Reed. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down now, it's Reed. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
57. Mike, 57. I'm 52. I'm coming after you.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Now! Hey, over! Now!
2nd and 9 now. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Coaching spell. Go.
I got motion man. Me. I got this. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Here we go. Check. Crunch. Check.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
You got three. Three down. Check four. 49.
They'll try and throw for it here. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. And it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McKinley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. They're going to try and throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, let's get in that hole.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
56.
On 3rd down, it's Holloway. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 5-yard line.
Play clock down at 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Watch twitch.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Shoot.
To throw on second down. McKinley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. McKinley. And that will be incomplete as well.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
49. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Here we go, D. All day.
Yep.
All day. All day. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you got it. You ain't going nowhere, bro.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check. Watch 54.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brett Maher on for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this? He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, McKinley. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And it's second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. McKinley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Cowboys on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
49's the mic. 49's the mic.
go. Hey.
From the gun, McKinley going up top for Cup, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
We got this.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Watch his flag.
Hey, Alpha.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Pick it up, guys.
Throwing his Allen on 3rd. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Stevens. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Kill.
On 1st down, Stevens. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29.
Okay, buddy, I'm seeing you.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Go.
49.
get it.
Looking to throw. McKinley finding room at the 30. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ready? Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Mike 53.
Smooth.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Check, 53's Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Let's go, let's go.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Allen off the play fake. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Play action. Now it's Allen. And this is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Alert! Watch the screen. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get it.
Now Allen again. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go. Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
70, Indy. You draw Porter.
Kill.
On 3rd down, Stevens. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for San Francisco, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games.